Hello everyone, my name is Joey, I'm a shi-heun instructor, and welcome to Martial Arts Science. And today, we are going to be talking about kiai. The word kiai comes from Japanese, and it can be divided into two separate words. The first part of the word is ki, which in Japanese means energy. And the second part of the word is ai, which means to unite. Therefore, by putting the words together, kiai, we unite the energy in our body for our strike. The phrase kiai comes from Japanese martial arts, like kendo or karate. You can see examples of kiai being used in karate, in kata, where there are key points where the strike is supposed to be harder than other strikes. We can also see examples of kiai in karate during kumite, when the fighter wants to strike an extremely hard strike. And of course, the concept of yelling while striking isn't unique only to karate and Japanese martial arts. It can be also seen in many martial arts. So the question we will try to answer today is, can yelling techniques like kiai really improve the force of our strikes? When we began our research, we came by another sport that utilizes yelling techniques, and that is the sport of tennis. A 2014 study checked the effect of yelling on the maximum velocity of the tennis serve. The study showed a 4.9% improvement in maximum velocity while yelling. A 2012 study took karate practitioners and checked the effect of kiai on their hand grip. The study showed a 7% improvement in the strength of their hand grip while they were yelling. What about studies that checked the implications on strike force? One study that checked the reverse punch of karate practitioners found that the kiai improved their strike by 5.5%. Another study checked the effect of kiai on MMA fighters' kicking ability and showed a 9% improvement in kicking force. The information we found strongly suggests that yelling while striking can improve the force of the strike. But we wanted to do an experiment of our own. We took 8 different martial artists with different expertise levels and compared their punches with and without kiai. The only problem is we don't have the budget for expensive equipment that can actually measure the force of our punches, so we needed to get a bit creative. We made a cradle using a medicine ball and put a protractor in the background. Each subject punched the cradle with and without kiai a number of times in a random order. We measured the angle created between where the cradle started to where it ended. And we compared those angles between the strikes that were done with kiai and without kiai. Now, obviously, we can't get an exact measurement of the force of the punch just by measuring these angles. But by comparing them, we can get a pretty good idea which strikes were harder. And if anyone has any doubts, here are our calculations. Now that we've done our experiment, let's see the results. 12% increase in force with kiai. 12% is quite the difference. But besides that, we came across something quite interesting. When we went through the results, we realized that when an expert hit something with and without kiai, the difference would be much smaller compared to when a novice would hit something with and without kiai. And we weren't the only ones to notice this. Remember that study that I mentioned earlier about hand grip? In that experiment, they also compared between experts and novices, and they shown that the difference between the hand grip strength with and without kiai in experts was much smaller than the difference shown with the novices. So if we can agree that kiai can indeed increase the power of our strikes, the next logical question would be, how? One popular theory is that by yelling in a correct manner, we contract our core muscles, like our abdomen. By doing so, we can increase the force of our strike. Another thing that we can take into consideration is the effect of the brain and the nervous system on the body. In our body, there are motor units. A motor unit is a connection between our nervous system and our muscles. Each motor unit is in charge of a number of muscle fibers. When we want to lift something heavy, our brain will activate more motor units so we can lift more weight. Naturally, when we strike, we want to use more motor units so we can increase the contraction of our muscles and create more power. In some of the studies we've shown earlier, there was a repeating theory that perhaps by yelling, we activate a part of our brain which allows us to activate more motor units. Unfortunately, this theory is yet to be proven. These two theories can probably explain the difference found in experts and novices. Experts already know how to contract their core muscles while striking due to practice. And because they have practiced their strikes many times, they already use a lot of motor units when they strike. On the other hand, novices probably don't know how to contract their core muscles very well. Yelling helps them do that. And because they're novices and they haven't practiced much, the count of their motor units is relatively low to experts. So, we've reached the end of the video. Please, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments down below. Do you use kiai in your martial arts training? And did you find the result of our tests surprising? And we'll see you next time.